everyone, Rhoda here with another JAC capsule about logarithms. What question is a logarithm asking? Whenever you see a logarithm, you can interpret it as asking a particular question. So if I see something like log base 2 of 8 equals, and I want to know the answer, it helps to know what question is that really asking you. In order to know what a logarithm is talking about, you need to go back to exponents. So first of all, I've got this line here, and on the left-hand side, I'm going to be writing exponents or exponential functions. Here's the basic exponential function with base a. I can write it as y equals a to the x. So if you think of this as a function, our input is the x value, and our output is the y value. So for any x that we plug in, we can evaluate this. Now, a logarithm is the inverse of the exponent. So it's sort of the opposite of the exponential function. If my exponential function had base a, my logarithm also has base a. So we write it as log underscore a. A is my base. So whatever number I see there, that tells me that that's the base of the corresponding exponential function. Now, because it's the inverse, the output and the input are swapped. So my original y from the left-hand side would become my input, and my original x from the left-hand side would become my output. They're exchanged. So to see that in action, let's try it with a real example. On the exponent side, if I asked 2 to the 3 equals, and I wanted to know the answer, well, the question that that's asking is what happens when you do 2 times 2 times 2? You get 8. On the logarithm side, I could write that same equation in another way. I could say, okay, the base is 2. That's still going to be the base. But the input and the output are swapped. On the exponent side, my input was the 3. I took my exponential function 2 to the x, and I plugged in x equals 3. Well, that 3 is going to become the output. The roles are exchanged. My output on the exponent side was the answer to 2 to the power of 3. That's going to become the input for my logarithm. So the logarithm does the opposite compared to the exponential. These two equations here are actually equivalent to each other. So saying 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 8 is equivalent to saying log base 2 of 8 is equal to 3. So what's log base 2 of 8 equal to? How do I answer that? I need to understand what question is that really asking. By going back to the line up above, I can remember that what that's really asking is an exponential question. It's asking 2 to the power of what would give me 8. So the answer to my logarithm is going to be whatever exponent is going to make this happen. What exponent can I use to get 2 to the power of something, giving me an answer of 8? That is the question that the logarithm is asking. If you think about it that way, you would say 2 to the power of what gives me 8? Let me think for a second. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, so 2 to the power of 3. That's why the answer is 3. That's how you can think about it in general. The question that the logarithm is asking is what exponent can I use to raise my base to in order to get the number in my logarithm as an answer. So I'm asking the base raised to what equals the value inside my logarithm. Here it is written nicely. This is what I want you to remember. For some examples, check out the next video.